hey, howdy, hello, hi. How you doing and well? Doing nada. Thursday Live with your man D Real, chilling up in the building, trying to get some things done and not look too crazy doing them and or saying them. It's one day from Friday, y'all. Do we still do that thing with Friday where we like, thank God it's Friday? I don't know. I ain't, been in the average ranking file. I know I'm kind of happy when Friday's here, but I don't think, do we still go, thank God it's Friday? Do we still do that? Is that still a thing? I don't know. I've been out of that circle, that universe, what I'm saying, for quite some time now. Got a few things I want to talk about. Got a few things I want to share. So I'm going to pull up some emojis and we're going to do some things with some things. And we're going to see what things become of those things. Let me say hey, hi, hello to the people that done slid up in the building. I got Groovy Fee up in the building. See him? He's right there. Look who else I got in the building. None other than my man T.O.B. from I Ain't Saying, I'm Just Saying. In the building tonight. My man Ray Smith is in the building. Brother Ray, so glad you could be here this evening. Good to see y'all and them other folks that's back there in the back of the back, trying to not count or however that thing works. I did send a message to YouTube to ask them about, this strange dynamic that is going on where, videos that for weeks have been banging, but then all of a sudden they tank. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about bread and butter stuff. And it's like, that's too much of a coincidence to be a coincidence. Or I'm somehow unconsciously meeting certain criteria that I am unaware of. I ain't gonna say that's beyond the realm of possibility, but I'm like, really? Are we living in that age now where we that diabolical now and we got to go to them kind of links to suppress and you know what I'm saying? I had gotten a video from somebody was saying like it could be a test, to because they trying to see if you still with it. Well, here and up to the challenge. I was sitting here and I was thinking the other day, how come they do different styles of the same action figure? Now, understand what I'm saying? I'm not talking about like a figure and then a chase figure to go with it. I'm saying you got a Batman, right? Batman figure. Batman stays the same. Batman don't get no other figure. Or he shouldn't. That's what the rules should be. But when Batman change up or something happens different in Batman's universe, Batman's world, Batman's media, we change up. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, I guess what I really want to know is it done in the spirit of variety or is it done because it's demanded? Because if that's the case, then you can hire, like me or one of y'all, Mr. Smith or Theo, you know what I'm saying, to do that and cut out the middleman and just cut us a check. You see what I'm saying? Why when and we've spoken at length about this before, Rock With Me Nation. How we will become very vocal about something. Are people becoming vocal about it with us? Or is it us and our vigor, our energy is changing what's going on in certain mediums? That would be cool if that's the case. You know what I mean? Because case in point, New York Comic Con dropped all this action figure content. Okay. Now, I ain't got the images. I'll have them tomorrow because I want to clean them up a little more, make them look a little nicer. But they're re-releasing Black Bolt. Hang on a second. I ain't got to wonder about it. I'm going to give you look-see. Well, I'm going to give myself a look-see. They're re-releasing Black Bolt with a Triton. We've been needing a Triton. We've been needing a Triton. We've been needing a Gorgon. So now we got all the Inhumans. All the Inhumans are available or will be available from an action figure standpoint. Why? Well, I ain't gonna lie, that Black Bolt look a little better. So that I guess that if you're gonna do it, that's what you're gonna do. Put a nice little touch on Black Bolt. Black Bolt come with a different head sculpt. Now I always wondered, Black Bolt come with two head sculpts, one with him not hollering and one with him hollering. How come we don't get a Black Canary like that? McFarlane. I apologize if there's a Black Canary out there like that already, but all of the Black Canaries I've seen, they ain't got it. You feel me? They ain't got it. So it's like, anyway, Triton was much needed, and we got a Gorgon. We got a Gorgon coming, and Gorgon has been repackaged or has been packaged, or Medusa. That's what I want to say. Medusa has been repackaged. Medusa got a different look to her. Yeah, I don't know. Can y'all see that? There. Medusa got a different look to her. She got a different outfit almost, I would say. And we got a Gorgon. Now, you got a Black Bolt and you got a Triton. Question. Why wouldn't you put the two characters that you don't have together versus mixing them with two characters you already do have? I mean, I get it. You're re-releasing it. And I guess the Black Bolt looks worth it. But I feel like, why you release them all separate? So those of us that just want the Gorgon and the Triton, you said it, Mr. Smith. Those of us that just want the Gorgon, because that's all I need to complete my, well, I still got to get Crystal and Lockjaw. But Those two will go a long way to completing the Inhuman set. And I guess there are collectors out there that will go through, will pay for these Inhumans just to have the whole set versus, you know what I'm saying? Why can't y'all bring me something that helps me complete what I have already versus making me jump through hoops to get your new shit? And Mr. Smith hit it on the head right here. Dollar bill, y'all. Cash rules everything around me, baby. What up, Anansi? What's going on, baby? Good to see you up in here. Good to see you up here. I got some good stuff I'm gonna be talking tonight. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm lit, but I ain't too lit. So it'll be informative. You dig? Now, this is what I've been putting through everybody's feed. This is what I've been hollering at everybody. Whoops, excuse me. Not that right there. I'm so sorry. I skipped what did I do? Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh, I just went one. Can y'all there? You can see that. Cardiac. You got a cardiac figure coming soon. It's about dang on time. What took you jokers so long to get a dang on cardiac? We should have been had a cardiac figure. If I'm keeping it a buck, we should have been had a cardiac figure. We should had not to have been waiting so long to get a cardiac figure, to the point where all of us are making or contemplating making our own custom ones. Now, another figure, I feel like, yeah, I wouldn't mind getting Werewolf by Night. I wouldn't mind getting Werewolf by Night just because I feel like you need a Werewolf by Night. You know, they need to start, if they're going to remake some of the old ball joint characters that, you know, never got a remake over here. That's, I mean, if we're asking. They said it was a rights issue with Cardiac. Okay. I don't know otherwise. You know what I'm saying? Y'all watch my video on AI. You ain't got no way of telling if it's the truth or not. You know what I'm saying? That everything can be faked so well. Everything can be duplicated so well. You don't know what to believe no more. I mean, does it make you paranoid or does it make you, you know, because there ain't no way to determine what's real and what ain't, unless you got that kind of software that can look through that crap and see, okay, that's AI, that's, you know, somebody generated that. You know what I mean? I mean, you can see it if it's rough around the edges, but I mean, the good stuff, the perfectly deep baked stuff, you know what I mean? I was with somebody today. They was watching a video of Tupac and Mr. Rogers together. And it wasn't like it was just Tupac and Mr. Rogers together. It was Tupac and Mr. Rogers together. And Mr. Rogers was telling Tupac how he should open his first verse on Hit 'Em Up. Bruh. That stuff is going. That stuff. Anyway, I digress. We talking about action figures. Mr. Smith say, I got the old Werewolf by Night, but I like that new one. Bro, they go ahead and update a lot. Cause do they have a new Patriot, like Elijah Bradley Patriot? Do they have a new one? Because the only one I got, I think, is like the 2007 one, and that's when you could bend everywhere, but which was cool when it was nice and crisp. But over time, when you done bent it and posed it a little too much, they look a little loose, and they had them hands that close up, you know, had a little Lego looking hands. You know, so what you say, Theo, you might have to cop that whole wave. Well, I mean, you be for sure to have all the Inhumans. The only thing you need is Crystal, Lockjaw, and Karnak. So, Yeah. So if nothing else, it'll give me a reason to pull my Karnak out and dust him off and put him together because I already got Black Bolt. I already got Medusa. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, do I really need that new one? But clever marketing, you can't get this one without getting that one. So, but if you wait, if you hold up long enough, somebody will put them on eBay. Somebody will put either this out there with just Triton, and then they'll charge more than what it's worth, or this out there without Medusa. You see what I'm saying? So, and then you like, then where are you at? You know what I'm saying? We got workaround. We got workaround. So just do it right the first time, have brother. Stop trying. Don't stop being greedy. Ribs touch it. Don't make wait. Y'all. I have had, a hell of a week. Hell no, not the 2-packs. The others with Werewolf by Night. Oh, you talking about the one? Oh, I forgot. This one here, I was thinking I may definitely have to cop that because I need a champion. I definitely need a champion. I mean, Star Trek, Star Fox is a bonus, but you know what I'm saying? I mean, I like Star Fox, but I ain't crazy about Star Fox, you know what I mean? And I wouldn't be mad, because then I'd have Star Fox, Marvel, and Adam Warlock. And that, I could have that whole Jim Starlin clique. You feel me? So yeah, it wouldn't be a bad thing. But you know what I'm saying? Me, I want to get all the powerhouses together so I can do a reenactment of Marvel 2-in-1. You know what I'm saying? The Marvel 2-in-1 annual where the champion came to Earth and was like, bring your toughest champions and I'm gonna bust them up. And if y'all lose, you know what I'm saying? And Ben Grimm stood up and represented, you know what I mean? He got the bricks beat off of him. Bricks. He got the bricks beat off of him, but you know what I'm saying? He stood up and represented. You know what I'm saying? It must not be no punks on Yancey Street. If you know what I'm saying, that's how they get down on Yancey Street because Ben was handling his handle. Hey, Grand Madam, I am so happy for you that you got your action figure. I am so very happy for you. Can I show people that picture? Because I took the picture. And can I show them the picture of you happy with your action figure? If you say no, I won't show it. Because I was thinking about putting it in my little montage or something, but I didn't want to put it in there. You know what I'm saying? If you like, that was just, a picture for us, and I didn't want you showing everybody. So if it's okay, you say, All right, she said yes, y'all. So I'm showing you the picture. This is a picture of Grand Madam happy with her action figure that I got her for her birthday. Y'all see it? Bend that back a little bit there. See it? Yeah, look at her. She look happy, don't she? Grand Madam, part of the Rock With Me Nation family. Happy and joyous as a clam. Cause I figured the yellow rain. And you see, did you notice in the picture that Grand Madam pointed it out to me? She wearing yellow, and I sent her a yellow Ranger. She had no idea what I was sending to her. Hear me what I'm saying now? She had no idea what I was sending to her. And of course, I had no idea what she was going to be wearing that day. Well, I mean, she could have ran into and put that shirt on and be like, "I'll put on a yellow shirt." So I got, but I believe that the sister ain't going to do that. And she happened to be wearing yellow when she opened up her package and seen the Yellow Ranger. Bam! That's the universe for you, y'all. That's the universe for you. Wow. What are the odds, people? What are the odds? You are live and alert on the north side of the dirt with your man D Real, and we are kicking it live, all the way live on a Thursday. Grand Madam says Synchronicity. Probably the best album by The Police. See what I did there? Kamayo King done slid into the building. It is officially a party now. What up, Kamayo? What's going on, man? Nothing. Just in here chilling. You missed the picture. I ain't put it. I get everything because a whole bunch of stuff hit at once. Y'all hit me with a whole bunch of stuff today. I like, you know what? I'm just grab my phone and I'm sure from there. Do that. Okay. So far, Kamayo, we have decided, well, I have decided, I am copying Trico Slaterus and Eros, aka Star Fox and the Champion. I more than likely will cop the Werewolf by Night because it's Werewolf by Night. And we need one because that ball joint one ain't it. Black Bolt and Triton. I will probably be missing Black Bolt and Triton unless I can find Triton by himself on eBay. If I find Triton by himself on eBay, I copy. Same thing with Gorgon. So them two packs, sorry, D-Real ain't biting like that. And of course, hell yeah, we copping us a cardiac. So that already goes without saying. So that's about where we was. You didn't miss too much of nothing. But what I was gonna get into was real quick because I did a video this week, where I talked about the movie Predator: Badlands, which is releasing November 7th. Ooh boy, they should be paying me for all this pub. Anyways, a lot of people, well, I ain't gonna say a lot of people, but I say according to an article that I read, that is a very accurate and truthful statement. According to an article that I read, on IGN, if you need to know who, people is in their feelings about the movie being PG-13. Why? What the hell for? I mean, and it's just a classic example of that jumping to conclusion stuff. Oh, it's a PG-13. Oh, it's not gonna have all the visceral and that I like because it's PG-13 and not R. Slow your roll, Playboy. The reason it's PG-13 is because there are no human characters in Predator: Badlands. So there's not going to be any red blood. So, according to the Motion Picture Association, that's gore, but it ain't gore that rates R. Do we got a problem with that? No, I have absolutely zero problems with that. I will be checking out the Predator, okay? Because look at Star Wars. Yeah, stuff getting cut off all the time. Ain't nobody had no problem with it. Lightsabers get gruesomer and grodier as the movies went along. Darth Maul got cut in half. Oh, but because it cauterized, that's not gore. Guess not. So we can cut up aliens all day. It's cool. We can chop Aliens to pieces, y'all, and it ain't never gonna go no higher than PG-13. You know where my head's going already. So you're saying to me, as long as it ain't no red blood, I can pretty much get away with glorifying whatever I want to? Let's make the blood orange. Let's make the blood blue. Even better. Let's make the blood white. See that? Yeah, those are the kind of thoughts that you need to be thinking when we're talking about movies like Predator Badlands. So never occurred to you at all. Think about it. All the trailers you've seen, how many human beings you see in them trailers? Oh, wait. You ain't seen not one stinking human in that trailer because there are none. There's an artificial person, but no human beings. That's all, y'all. So, loosen your panties up or whatever you got to do to calm down and come back to earth. And I never watch a Predator again. If you know, it's relax, partner. Relax. I'm pretty sure that they will deliver that same level of action that you got in Prey and Killer of Killers on Netflix because it's the same cat running the show, Dan Trachtenberg. So if Dan Trachtenberg don't deliver on number 3, you know what I'm saying? But I'm pretty confident that, he'll hit the trifecta with this movie. So, if I say Dan gonna do something, then y'all relax and watch Dan do it. Oh, before I forget, real quick. I'm gonna do it real quick. I promise. I'm gonna do it real quick. Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City Chiefs. Okay. I'm gonna tell you what's going on. They're out of sync. What does that mean? It's not an excuse. What I'm saying to you is they're out of sync. What else explains what went on with the Jaguars Sunday? Now, are they out of sync for this season or were they out of sync for just that game? I don't know. But they were 100% not in harmony. How can you call yourself a team and not work in harmony in no phase of the game? Not on offense, not on defense, and not on special teams, and definitely not for no part of the second half of the game. So how you expect to win games? Damn Super Bowls. How do you expect to win games when you can't even come together as a team? That's the problem. It ain't got nothing to do with age. At least, I don't think. At least not for Patrick Mahomes. And as you see, Patrick Mahomes can put a team on his back and carry it quite well for a little bit. But after a while, physical limitations, you can only do so much. And he can't win a whole season by himself. He'll get injured before that happens. And who we got coming out to back him up? Freaking, I can't even remember his name. He used to play for the Raiders. Gardner Minshew. Y'all ain't gonna hear me saying too much about the Chiefs this year, y'all, because until I got something to talk about. And that's all I have to say about that at this point. You know what I'm saying? Grand Madam, I know you feel me because your Ravens ain't, you know what I'm saying, doing what they supposed to be doing, but and Lamar's hurt. So I know you get it 100%. I'ma just sit back. You know what I'm saying? I don't run my mouth. You know what I'm saying? I see what's going on. I know what needs to be done. Also, too, and this is something I want to point out, and I think I said it at Theo's live last night when he was talking about it. After you've been out there for a while, folks get film on you. And when folks get film on you, they start figuring out ways how to counteract your stuff. They start figuring out ways how to confound your offense. That happens. The Chiefs been winning playoffs for like what, 6, 7 years? It's a gang of film on the Chiefs. It's a gang of film on Patrick Mahomes. It's a gang of film on Chris Jones, on Trent McDuffie. So, Travis Kelce. So, yeah. If they done figured out what you're doing, you need to do something different. That's Andy Reid. Or go get or put you together another team that's going to go and do it for you. That's all. That's what's happening. No more, no less. Okay? Know who got the best chance of winning the Super Bowl? Detroit Lions. Ain't got that much film on them yet. You know Amon-Ra is a threat. You know they got that two-headed monster in Gibbs and Montgomery. Unless they just start doing dumb stuff down the stretch, which is what has seemed to happen. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they get it right. Maybe they don't. You know what I'm saying? But I don't feel like it's going to be Philly this year, y'all. No shade to the Philly fans, but I don't feel like it's going to be Philly this year. Anyway, that's it. That's my rant about football real quick, and I'm done. Oh, I know what I want to show y'all real quick. I don't know if I showed y'all this picture or not, but you know what? Let's flip it. Get that little detail. There you go. Okay. That is a scene from Predator Badlands. Now, cool shit I made note of. The Yautja leader, the clan leader. That's the name of the race that the Predators are. They are the Yautja. And those dreads, man. Those dreads. Oh, and did we notice that the throne that he's sitting on is an alien queen's head? At least the back part appears to be. And he literally sits on a throne of skulls. That is effing dope. Hey, and the cats standing around him don't look like no punks either, right? Bruh, you telling me that don't at least make you curious about watching Predator Badlands? Just nothing? You got nothing? Bruh, that looking dope. That's looking doper than dope. I am all in like 4 flats for that joint. More stuff went on New York Comic Con. Not too much that I want to get into right now because I think I want to save some of it for us to talk about tomorrow with the vibe. But ooh, guess who getting a comic book, y'all? Guess who? I saw Paul Martin. I seen him. Hey, Paul Martin. Guess who getting a comic book, y'all? Man, my childhood dreams are just coming true like a mug. January 2026, we will see a Thundarr the Barbarian comic book. Now, not only are we getting a Thundarr the Barbarian comic book, we getting a Thundarr the Barbarian comic book by none other than Jason Aaron. Jason Aaron doing Thundarr the Barbarian with Cuber Ball on art. That's not Cuber Ball's artwork there, but it's very, I think it is. I think that's Cuber Ball's cover. But notice the Kirby-esque kind of style to that art on that particular cover. And then the street sign, if you see that street sign up there, the top left, that street sign, what does that street say? What does it look like it might say? Shouts out and props to Jack the King. I like that. I like that a lot. And apparently, Jason Aaron, like most people have done with these like Saturday morning favorites we got, most people have given you an origin story of these characters. And from what I've read, Thundarr the Barbarian is not going to be any different. There's some original art by Cuber Ball. And those are those rat men, you know what I mean, that they got on the episode. So there he is, like as an indentured servant. Let's go with that. And this is before he even gets the Sun Sword. So we find out how he meets Ookla and how he meets Ariel and how he ends up getting the Sun Sword. So that is all going to be explored in, I guess, the first story arc of Thundarr the Barbarian by our folks at Dynamite Comics. Bruh, I'm telling you, Dynamite, between Dynamite and Mad Cave, every Saturday morning cartoon you can remember, they pulling up with. They pulling up. They got quite a few. That's what I'm saying, man. I'm excited. I'm excited. Yeah, hey, Demon Dogs, bruh. I better be seeing some Demon Dog bubbles and some Lords of Light, bruh. We got to see that. I'm excited for that. I am actually excited for that. Like excited. Paul Martin say, I have never had the desire to go to Comic-Con. Well, Comic-Cons ain't for everybody. But if you are someone in the comic industry, or you are looking to be someone in the comic industry, it would behoove you to attend at least a notable Comic-Con at least once in your lifetime, just to see what it's like. Emerald City Comic-Con I've been to. That's about the best Comic-Con I've been to, other than, well, I'm not saying it's the best Comic-Con. I'm saying it's the best one I've been to. I've been to lots of cons, but I've never been to New York. I've never been to Chicago. I've never been to San Diego. So, or BlurCon or DragonCon. I've never been to any of those. Look to go in the future. But yeah, that's bucket list. San Diego for sure is bucket list. I've been putting it off. I need to just go ahead and pull the trigger on it and just do it before I lose my knees. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, excited about this here Thundarr the Barbarian coming out over here. You know what I'm saying, homie? You know what I'm saying? We gonna get the stuff we like. You know what I mean? What Kamoyo saying? at the hair spot, baby, your locks are dirty when the last time you got them done. That long, huh? You want the apple cider vinegar rinse? Okay. Thunder. Yes, exactly. Man, say cons are fun. You never know who might almost run up on if it wasn't for your wife saving. Bruh. I don't want, man. I don't want to be communicating with you from penal institutions. Pause. So keep it a buck. Keep it a buck, my G. Keep it a buck, brother Storm. Keep it a buck. You don't know what's gonna happen. Bruh. I don't want to keep dumping on Wonder Man. I really don't. But what? Let me have it out. Paul Martin said, I went to the smaller Black Comics Festival at the Schoenberg Library in Harlem. Got author David Walker's autographed copy of his Shaft graphic novel. Okay. Nice. I have an autographed script of the Black Panther movie, autographed by Ryan Coogler. Somehow I'm not as excited about that anymore as I used to be. Anyway, back to Wonder Man. I like Wonder Man as a character. I like the comic book character. I like this guy right here. This dude. I like him in his many incarnations and costumes. I wasn't even aware Wonder Man had that many costumes. I'm like, dang, some are subtle in design, but different nonetheless. Anywho, I do not savor what's about to happen to him at Disney, man. Oh, Marvel, you so stuck. You are so stuck in the BS that they want you to be that you ain't even thinking about breaking away and doing it. It'd be risky, but let me be quiet. Shh. Because somebody told me the companies that we oftentimes are critical of on these Rock With Me Nation pages are the same companies that control the sites that we broadcast on. So how we gonna badmouth them on their site? Low numbers shall be your punishment. I'm keep talking about it. I'm gonna put that in the algorithm and see what that did. Because if I make 2 videos a day for weeks, and then all of a sudden, number just, I'm feeling some kind of way about that. I did, and then I look, you know what I'm saying, in the analytics, and on the thumbnail, it'll say this many views, but then in the actual analytics, it'll say it's more views, and then vice versa. And I'm like, what? You know what I'm saying? Why are the numbers, varying? So where they say, hey, do you got some questions? Do you got some feedback? Hell yeah, I got some questions and some feedback. And I sent them all the questions and feedback I had. So hopefully, YouTube, you are next to talk to me and give me some answers about what in the hell is going on. I'm sorry. That was a tangent that I did not need to go on, but I went on it anyway. Speaking of tangents, hold that thought. Paul Martin says, Green lighting Wonder Man just seemed like a ridiculous idea, even if they used the white version. I agree to a certain extent. If you already had Zemo established in the universe the way Zemo should be established in the universe, and maybe had at least one version of the Masters of Evil, that might have worked. You could inject the Wonder Man and then say, "Hey, here go Wonder Man." But what good is being Wonder Man if you can't put that to the test by beating the daylights out of all the Avengers? Isn't that really the feat that put Wonder Man in the eyes of comic book readers in the first place? Before all of that Vision stuff, before all of that Scarlet Witch stuff, before he died and came back, supposedly, he was Wonder Man working for Zemo, the Enchantress, the Executioner. Oh, they got a nice Executioner action figure, by the way. I'm going to cop that too. That Executioner is a comic book looking Executioner. Anyway, I digress. So again, claim to fame, I beat the daylights out of all the Avengers and put Thor under a rock and separated him from his hammer. Swung Iron Man around like a rag doll. Knocked out the big old giant dude. Took them all down by myself. One man, all alone, handling it, beating up Avengers, taking them out, making them look bad. Wouldn't that have been much cooler to watch? What do you say? Paul Martin, Giants leading Eagles 27-17 in the third quarter. They gonna lose that lead. Anyway, Kamayo said the TV shows were to make Wanda the driving force. Simon was brought in for the arc with the Vision. It all got scrapped though. So that means Wonder Man ain't gonna have no legs. You can't climb and build off of Wanda or Vision. What does that leave? Oh, it just shows we're diverse, even if we'll make diverse projects just for the sake of saying, oh, we're diverse, not really putting no thought or no heart into it. Give me a Blue Marvel series if you wanted to show me some diversity. Give me Luke Cage. Give me Daughters of the Dragon. Give me the New Warriors. New Warriors checks off all that diversity you trying to pretend that you had. Plus, it's a damn good concept. Dude, it would work. It would totally work. Instead of these, as Paul Martin, ridiculous ideas and trying to pass them off as, oh, here we go. We got something here with this one. Bruh, I ain't heard nothing about Eyes of Wakanda or Marvel Zombies. Couple people asked me last week, what did I think about T'Challa being in it? And I was like, I ain't even watched it. And I don't have no plans to. And I ain't heard nothing else about it. Ain't nobody said nothing else about it. Ain't nobody even talked about it. I ain't heard nobody talking about it. So, or maybe that's just in my circles. Because I'm not talking about online. I'm talking about out here in the world. I ain't hearing nothing from nobody about nothing regarding Eyes of Wakanda. Or, you know what I'm saying? So, what was the point of this exercise? Listen to what your fans are saying they want, like Hasbro does. Listen to what your fans are saying. Real quick though, Hasbro, while I'm big up in y'all, I'm also tell you this, and I hope it don't mess me up as your representative or your sponsor or nothing like that, because I could totally sponsor your Hasbro if you want to be sponsored, but you got to be ready to listen to some hard truths like this, Hasbro. Here's a very hard truth that I'm going to have to share with you that you may not like. Dear Hasbro, nobody wants this figure right here. Or if I got to be, sorry about that, or if I got to be more specific, nobody wants that figure. Am I not supposed to tell people all that is a Super Skrull torso put on top of a Human Torch body? Bruh. I ain't crazy. What we talking about out here in these streets? Once they made him black, that was a wrap on all that. Bruh, why? It wasn't even necessary. When you got black heroes you could have used instead of making a white character black. That was a miss. That was a miss. That was a big old miss. Paul Martin said the only slight curiosity I have about MCU version is how he gets his powers. So few diverse power sources in the MCU. Oh, trust me, Paul Martin, it will be 100% wrong. It will be 100% wrong. Okay? Because we ain't heard nothing about no ionic energy. Nowhere. When we introducing it? We gonna introduce it in Wonder Man? I hope so. Too late, it's made. You can't do it now. So I done brought it up. If it ain't ionic energy, bogus. But hey, you know what? I already said, Paul Martin, I'm gonna let the comic book universe from the movies be the MCU. I'm gonna let the MCU be the MCU because it ain't making the impression it used to make. And I'm sorry to have to say that, but I ain't sorry. See, all this goes away after the reboot. The arc after Endgame gets changed during Doomsday. Okay, well, so remember back in 22 when we was talking about how long we're gonna have to wait in 28. So I guess it was 28 after all. I hate this gift being thrust upon me. Arg! Now I know how Nostradamus feels. Oh my goodness gracious. I am so tired of being able to predict foolishness. T'Challa apparently doesn't have a speaking part in Marvel Zombies, but is in it. Yeah, and gets killed like in 30 seconds flat, like he did in that Killmonger episode. F that. Ain't nobody here for that. These shows are the last dregs of Phase 4. Literally had them in the pipeline. The pipeline that they had to plunge and pull some stuff out. so it could function a little better and it still got doo-doo up in it. Yeah, everybody like, oh, I want to be a part of Marvel. I want to be a part of Marvel. How would you feel now if you was a part of Marvel? For those of you wondering, it's a spicy chip. It's a healthy chip. But I ain't going to give them no pub until after I get my 1,000 subs. And then we can talk about that. Because I'm about to be about my guap some more. Oh, we were right. They just have to drag ass on fixing it like in Endgame when they went to get the Pym particles. Okay? And it ain't so much as predictability as it is if I am telling a linear story and I get this one middle part that is so spectacular and so great, it practically defines the character at that point in the timeline. No other time. Later on, it's up and down. You know what I'm saying? Like the heart monitor. You might get some high spikes where you're up here and you the dookie and the smell, and then you get them points where you about to flatline because ain't nobody paying attention to that character. That's the way it fluctuates in comics. You ain't never, unless you like a Batman, Superman status. You know what I'm saying? Goku, if you're in the anime, very few characters are capable of elevating to and remaining at that plateau of notoriety and popularity. Was that a jewel? Just everybody stop flat in the comments. I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to shut everybody down. I guess it makes sense. That's just my thought process on that. Don't waste no more energy on it than you have to. Now, I guess for this next part, Paul Martin always come in when I'm getting ready to segue. I just need to know why the powers that he had such disdain for an Earth-based supervillains team. I have no idea. I got to the crux of what I was saying. I mean, what more need to be said in that area? I mean, I could elaborate more, but I wanted to get somewhere else. I have the Burning Plantation tee on. I have it on for a reason. I have been monitoring the political climate, not for the purpose of material for videos. I mean, there's some stuff I feel like if I got to talk about it, I'm going to just go ahead and talk about it, whether it's political or not. I got a category that I call social issues. It can fall under that. But my thing is, we are at a point in time, and this is what I've always said about racism. I got to go here today because I don't get a chance to go here on Friday because I survived. Racism is systemic. Okay? Let's leave it at that. People can paint the narrative of it that they want to. or it is a form of racism. It is the form of racism that is practiced in America, the systemic kind. And what is meant by that is because of your racism and because of your control of the system, you are able to manipulate both to keep me in a position that you want me to be in, or create propaganda that keeps me in a position that you want me to be in, or create a trend that keeps me in a place that you want me to be in. Yes, it is easy to discern, but everyone does not have that discernment. You see what I'm saying? When we say racism is bad because it affects the intelligent and the ignorant. So a certain demographic of people have to suffer from racism because of their IQ. That is why racism is systemic. I might be preaching to the choir in the Rock With Me Nation, but it garners saying it's systemic because the control of it is so total. And we are seeing that much crystally clear now with our current administration, when you can just circumvent, I don't know, every damn thing and say, I'm going to do what I want to do, or I'm going to try to do what I want to do. And this is only month 10. He got 3 years and 2 more months. Who going to cave in the Congress? Who going to cave in the Senate? It's a crazy script going on out there. And the more I think about it, the more it feels to me like division was always supposed to be the order of the day. Calling this place that we live in the United States of America in this day and age is one of the largest pieces of propaganda you can spew. These states are not united. We are not united, and we are not in a united state. Far, that was poetic as shit. Okay. Far from it. Black hates white. White hates black. Black hates brown. Brown hates black. Brown hates white. Poor hates rich. Rich hates poor. Smart hates stupid. Stupid hates smart. You name it, it's divided. Can't call yourself United States of America. You can't even agree on how life begins or where it begins. Now, I know I'm going way off the track here, but 2 names keep popping in my head over and over again. And these 2 names came up recently, or in my feed, or I don't know if they came up in the news currently. Assata Shakur and Fred Hampton. Now, if I'm somebody who doesn't know anything about Assata Shakur or Fred Hampton, other than what is systemically fed to me, I'm going to say both of those people were rabble rousers. I'm going to say those people were domestic terrorists. I'm going to say those people were criminals. If I was taught by the system who Assata Shakur and Fred Hampton was. Now, we know one of them got killed in his sleep, got killed in his drawers, got unalived in his underwear, and another one got put in prison but escaped and fled the country. And that one's still sticking in their craw to this very day. Now, why would I bring these two people up? Because of what they were truly trying to implement in their communities. They were trying to unite people. Unite people. Assata Shakur was uniting people in the Black neighborhood. Assata Shakur was uniting people in the Latino neighborhood. They were coming together to work on a common goal. Keep the BS out the neighborhood. Unfortunately, what a lot of people don't understand is a rebellion got to be funded by somebody. No different than your Proud Boys. No different than your supremacists. No different. I don't know. I because I am on the outside looking in, I can only assume that the source of what a supremacist or a Proud Boy or anybody like that wants to do is rooted in hate. Is rooted in inflicting some kind of pain, some kind of discomfort on people who don't look like you. Whether that be physical, whether that be statutory, whether that be whatever. I don't know because you ain't coming forth from saying nothing and you ain't showing me nothing but hate and violence. Assata Shakur and Fred Hampton, on the other hand, both Black Panthers, different parts of the country, but both Black Panthers. They were trying to unite their communities. Not because they hated anybody. I don't have to hate you to protect myself from you. You are denying me something, and I won't allow you to deny me that. That's the simplicity of it. It might go from one level to another one, but I'm not the one that's going to escalate it. And if it does escalate, I'm prepared, I'm trained to go. That is what happened that night on the New Jersey Turnpike with that cop, and they had that shootout. You just thought you were going to murder and execute that woman and her party, but she trained and qualified with small arms. She can get a bottle cap off a bottle, but you didn't know that. And granted, she was doing something in the cause in the service of her cause, but it didn't line up with what the laws were. But at this point, they had said, I ain't gonna listen to what y'all talking about anyway, so damn your laws. Well, I say all of that to say this. If you justify violence to see justice done, what is your idea of justice? Because see, me and Justice got a thing going on, and she know how I feel about her, and I want to see people seeing her. You know what I mean? Justice is giving people what they deserve. That's it. Justice is giving people what they deserve. The rules and regulations around justice twist it and skew it to favor certain people, whether that be because of their notoriety or their monetary value or a combination of both. When I go in a courtroom, it ain't the same as when Kash Patel goes in a courtroom. We're not the same. We're not going to be treated the same, regarded or looked at the same because of who I am and because of who he is. Not because I do or don't deserve justice and people are going to do everything in their power to see that I get it. That contributes to division, y'all. If I don't feel good about the system that's supposed to work for me, what kind of options am I left with? I'm not saying me, but I'm saying your average, everyday, ordinary Mo. What kind of options are they left with? What you think they gonna do given opportunity, circumstances, and proximity? Unless you treat them right, unless you give them justice. That's all people want in this world, is to be treated fairly. They want to work for a fair and equitable wage. I mean, you got to pay taxes, but don't gouge me for taxes. Damn. You using my taxes to pay for your trips? You using my taxes to pay for your wars? You using my taxes to pay for the police that come into my neighborhood and put their knee on my damn neck? Make that make sense. And you look at me and say you're fatigued because I'm tired. You're tired of me being tired. What is that? But that's the current climate we live in, socially and politically, because what's happening politically is bleeding down socially, and folks, y'all see them, they feeling themselves. They saucier than ever. They quick to drop N-bombs. They quick to tell you, how come you here? Where do you live? Hey, you delivering Amazon? Why you delivering Amazon in this neighborhood? What? But I digress. I say that simply to say I stay aware. I try to be. And sometimes it bleeds out and it gets personal, but I remain vigilant. I remain aware. If it bothers some people, I'm sorry. Real quick, I got one of these. Yeah. McFarland. What might it be? What did he get? He got a super friend. What super friend did you get? I'll tell you what I got. I got this right here. Cheetah. Now, it's the one with the hinge. It's the hinge joint. It's not the ball joint. It appears to be like a 5.5-inch figure, but I don't expect cheetah to be overwhelmingly tall. You know what I mean? So, to be honest, the cheetah I had, she's got like really skinny, spindly arms, and I don't like it. This cheetah has more of a build to her, even though she ain't the feral lichen looking type cheetah. It's still, it's a perfect representation of cheetah. I wish the tail would move. But you know what I'm saying? I'm not getting it. I didn't get it for the articulation. I think I got it because I wanted a decent cheetah figure in my collection. Does that make sense? I mean, if you think about it, she can be, you know what I'm saying? I could put a little bit of articulation in it when I get creative. You feel me? I can, I can put a little. The claws of that cheetah will rip you perfectly. Giving off that Eartha Kitt energy. But yeah, that's I got some stuff on the way. I think I got some stuff on the way. But this will probably be the least you ever see me come up out the box with on a given show. But she comes with a little, I guess that's a little, Legion of Doom communicator right there. So at least she has one accessory. Paul Martin has a question. He says, why does she have super strength? I don't get it. Well, originally, Paul Martin, she did not. She didn't start getting super strengthy until that Barbara Minerva version that got revised post-crisis. She was messing around with the voodoo and the magic and the formula and got turned into a lichen. And that's I have that version, but the arms are really small and spindly, and I don't like that at all, Mr. Martin. I do not like it. Giants up 34-17. Good. Halle Berry's Catwoman says, what a perfectly good idea. Or was that Eartha Kitt's Catwoman? Or Julie Newmar's Catwoman? So, been a lot of them purring. I don't think Michelle Pfeiffer purred, did she? She said, but Michelle Pfeiffer's known for her meow. And everything going haywire, which was a really cool. I like Batman Returns. How come people don't like Batman Returns? Because it was a little too quirky. Because Tim Burton went off the deep end. She sacrificed her partner to get those powers because she's evil. Come on, yo. She's a bad person. Hey, like Paul Martin likes, evil for evil's sake, right? I want to get ahead. I don't care nothing about nothing. F that. It's all about me, Barbara Minerva. And that's how she got down with the get down. And Nancy said maybe people didn't like Batman Returns because the penguin looked disgusting. He bit off somebody's nose. And see, you notice Batman animated series went in the vein of that and just went on ahead and worked from that framework. It was because of the penguin? I don't know. I kind of liked him as the penguin, if I'm being perfectly honest. I enjoyed Danny DeVito, but it wasn't so far. Colin Farrell is him. That Penguin series, awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. Colin Farrell is the Penguin. Like Heath Ledger was the Joker, Colin Farrell is the Penguin. That I'm like, oh, it just fits so perfectly together. Oh, I was thinking this the other night, Kamoyo. I would love to see somebody maybe like who could you get? I don't know, just some young martial artist, man. Somebody and put him in there and let him and whoever y'all got to play Batman go at it. Yeah, because we need somebody who can throw and match hands with Batman. That's what we need in a film. We need to see Ghostmaker in a movie. We need to see Bronze Tiger in a movie. We need to see Lady Shiva in a movie. We need to see Deathstroke in a movie. We need to see these people up against Batman. Stop giving us the usual and hit us with some stuff that's going to make us go, oh, he's a masked adventurer. Oswald was indeed that, sir. He was a dog. A mutt. Andrew Koji? Sure. Why not? I was even thinking, what's his name? The guy who plays Cole in that Mortal Kombat. What's his name? Somebody probably gonna have it before I get it up. Louis Tan. There you go. He's 6'2". Or even Joe Taslim. Joe Taslim could play Ghostmaker. A matter of fact, I would rather have Joe Taslim play Ghostmaker. The one who plays Sub-Zero in that Mortal Kombat movie, you could have him. He could 100% do it. Yep, and Joe Taslim is Indonesian, which I think is closer to being Singaporean, which is what Ghostmaker's nationality is. That would work. Yeah. Did they push, and I was thinking about this the other day, did they push Mortal Kombat back to 26 so that it could contend with Street Fighter? Who is my Shiva and Bronze Tiger? I am so glad that you asked that. She's not tall enough. Hang on. She's not very tall. Not tall at all. A 5'3" Lady Shiva. And I think Shiva's supposed to be something like 5'7" or 5'9", somewhere in there. So we could do it. But This gal. She got the movement. She got she got the movement for sure. Bronze Tiger. Damn. Somebody nice with it. I feel like, man, Michael Jai White, he getting too long on the tooth. If he can still pull it off, so be it. But I would kind of look for a younger martial artist to play that role. But I mean, Ben Turner's supposed to be seasoned, so Michael Jai White could get away with it still. And who would my Black Canary be? It had to be somebody scrappy. It had to be somebody that could get into the role and make me believe that they actually fight and they actually, know something about fighting, because, Black Canary is, especially with this Best of the Best series, but Black Canary is hard ass hardcore. You know what I'm saying? As far as her regimen and her training and how she fights and how she get down. And then on top of that, she can scream your head off. So pause. But yeah, most definitely. I could, yeah. Black Canary, yeah. I could get behind that. I could 100% get behind that. I'm feeling all that. I'm feeling all that. Kamayo say possibly MK is going to kick Street Fighter's ass. I saw some more pictures of what's her name? The gal that plays Chun-Li. She ain't gonna give us no thighs. We ain't getting the thighs, fellas. So I mean, that shouldn't be a strikeout, but that is definitely a strike one. She ain't, the movie's supposed to drop in what, May, something like that, May or June of next year. I mean, in theory, but they're shooting now. So unless she working out while they shooting to get her thighs bigger, they gonna have to put some CG on baby's legs. You know what I'm saying? Because they ain't making the grade, not from what I saw. So, and yeah, these folks better be moving and grooving and making it look good, because Street Fighter is, well, Street Fighter. Andrew Koji, so much I ain't worried about. We done seen him move. We seen what he can do. We know how he get down. So I ain't worried about him delivering. David Dastmalchian as M. Bison. He better lift some weights. You know what I'm saying? Roman Reigns as Akuma. Ain't Akuma, don't Akuma know martial arts? Do Roman know martial arts? Y'all just got him because he big? I don't know. Maybe I am being super critical of this movie more than I should be, but it's just those are questions I have. You know what I'm saying? It's like maybe I just need to sit back, relax, and wait and see what happens. I mean, it ain't even came out, so I don't know if it's going to be a terrible movie. But all of the things that I have seen up to this point to the fact that this could potentially be a not so great movie. Mortal Kombat is a superior story to Street Fighter, always has been. Superior in what way? Because I mean, we could go, just like with Mortal Kombat, you could go a lot of different directions with how the story turns out, depending on who we make the protagonist. Just like with Tekken. For Tekken, depending on what game you going with, we got different protagonists. More by and large, from 3 and beyond, it's always been Jin. So we get the game from Jin's perspective. But we also get, like, what if the Iron Fist tournament? What if this cat had won the Iron Fist tournament? Or what about if this cat had won the Iron Fist tournament? So I don't know. Sometimes it be versions you can choose to go with. Because if I play the game and I win as Law, I mean, I know we get back to like me being in a kitchen or some dumb stuff like that. But I mean, let's call them alternate universes. Same thing with Mortal Kombat. You know what I'm saying? Mortal Kombat, though, I think I will agree with you. Its story is more focused around a central theme. There it is. Mortal Kombat is more focused around a central theme than Street Fighter is. That's what it seems like to me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you got elements that are predominant in Street Fighter, like Shadow Law and M. Bison. And I mean, he reaches and he touches each character's life in some way, shape, or form. But with stuff like Soul Calibur, you know what I'm saying? They got origins and stories and endings that are massively different. You know what I'm saying? But at some point, depending on who does what at that point, is the way the story will go. I mean, maybe later Street Fighters are more coherent in that way, but the original Street Fighter, not so much. Come on, you say you would rather have a Soul Calibur movie or Fatal Fury. I would love to see Taki in live action. How y'all gonna do that? PG-13? And Ivy. How y'all gonna do that? I'm here for it, but I want, because see, here's the thing. You gotta make Taki's outfit plausible. You gotta make Ivy's outfit plausible. You know what I'm saying? It can be done. I'm not saying it can't be done, but those are some things whoever directing, and I hope it ain't Paul Anderson, that would need to be taken into consideration. Because see, I'd love it a whole bunch if Paul Anderson wasn't, doing the Mortal Kombat thing. I don't know. Mortal Kombat tells the story of defenders of Earthrealm and a tournament to determine which realm has dominion, while also telling the story of a rebellion against an overarching evil. Street Fighter random characters come together for a tournament. One is chasing a crime lord. The others are there for bragging rights and the most random of reasons. Yeah, it took a while to develop a coherent Street Fighter story, because you telling me you didn't like the 1995 Street Fighter animated movie? You telling me that anime wasn't good? You telling me that movie wasn't good? You telling me that story wasn't good? Put it like this. In animated form, Street Fighter knocked it out of the park a lot quicker than Mortal Kombat did. I mean, both of the movie was, yeah, you know what I'm saying? And Street Fighter even more, yeah. But the animated version, that anime, The fight between Chun-Li and Vega alone. The fight between Chun-Li and Vega alone. The story, the overreaching story with the shadow law and the mind control, a little bit of a reach, but it held together. It held together, and M. Bison was cold. M. Bison was not cold. He was a villainous villain. And there was also the company manga, not the comic book manga. They made a Street Fighter series, which I happen to have on DVD, which is not bad at all. I suggest you go back and check it out. I like the anime, but Fatal Fury was better. Okay. All right. I mean, like, this is me. In this order: Tekken, Soul Calibur, Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, and what else come? Whatever else. Probably something like an Injustice. That's pretty much been me. That's been pretty much my solid roster of fighting games since forever. Those are the ones that I mess with. I don't give a damn what version they come out with, if it's trash or, well, the first three. Because I have owned every Tekken except 8. I have owned every Soul Calibur. I even had the Soul Calibur when it became Soul Calibur on the Dreamcast. I had that. I had it when it was Soul Blade on the PlayStation, so I messed with that heavily. Like I said, I always been in Tekken. Always. Them 3, always been in. Always. Mortal Kombat to a lesser degree. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, yeah, them was my core. You know what I'm saying? My core 4 that, you know, whenever it came out, or I tried to, for the most part, to get into them, get down with them. Argument I want to settle real quick. Now, I'm going to chat y'all up really quick about this. And then I will be quite and well done. As Kamoyo may be able to tell you, he and I just recently joined a Drizzt Do'Urden Facebook page. And we were there was a post that went up saying, how big is Gwenhwyar? And for those of you that don't know, Gwenhwyar is an ethereal panther that can be summoned from the ether by Drizzt to fight for and with him. Now, when Hasbro came out with the Drizzt and Gwenhwyar 2-piece, we got this right here. Give me a second. Because we gotta, you know what I'm saying? We gotta make sure you got, yes, he has Twinkle and Icing Death. Is he Drizzy? Here is Gwen. I want to keep saying that long ass name. Looks like a fairly normal sized panther. But what if I were, well, I guess I ain't gonna come out. Find a character that's just a wee bit bigger that could mimic Gwen IR. Yes, I am, of course, talking about, I want to pull these out. I guess they, you come in. There's a 1. There's a 2. Get it out. Get it out. Well, here, let's do this. Wouldn't the Displacer Beast be a much better representation of Gwen? Let's look at the 2. Way bigger. Way, way bigger. Hasbro, if you can make this big like this, that's what I do. It's what I do. It's what I do. So simple. So simple. We don't need to do a whole lot of thinking. That's childishly simple. And they like to rehash old things and put them out as something else anyway. So why can't we have a bigger, thicker panther made from a Displacer Beast potentially? And that's a nice, you know what I'm saying? Look at that. You can open the mouth, you can close it, you know what I mean? And that's a much more ferocious looking, I don't know, is it? You tell me, which one scare you more? That scare you? Or does that scare you? More worried about that one? See what I'm saying? So that's where I was with it. I was gonna post a couple pictures on that page of, you know, the Displacer Beast next to Gwen there, so you can see maybe, just maybe that's what, you know, Gwen should look like, because that's a lot bigger. That's a whole lot bigger. Kumbaya say the Displacer Beast is the accurate size. Yes, sir. I thought so too. Cause yeah, because it's perfect. You know what I'm saying? You pop them middle legs off and you got it. Maybe I will order another Displacer Beast and I will make it my Gwen too. And maybe paint it all black. Say, give Gwen to T'Challa and make that Displacer Beast Gwen. I want to get another one. I want to get another one all together because I want to have, you know what I mean? I want to have a Displacer Beast, you know, because I got a Beholder and Dragons and, you know, do the whole Dungeons and Dragons thing when I get my life-size dungeon. And I am able to put creatures in said dungeon and you can actually move the figures through it, you know, like on a map, like Warhammer. So yeah, as yet another reason why I want to get dioramas. So yeah, y'all, it is the 1 hour and 45-minute mark. And I am thinking I need to get some stuff ready for tomorrow as far as the pub and the marketing for Friday Vibing with myself and Theo B. So I am going to go ahead and do that so y'all can get ready for the vibe. Tune in, same real time, same real channel. We're going to be Friday Vibing over here. Myself and Theo B from I Ain't Saying, I'm Just Saying. Make sure your notifications are on. Make sure your notifications are on. I say, make sure your notifications are on. That's it for now, y'all. But fret not, I'll be coming at you with another one of the other ones. And until I do, y'all be good and be good to each other. Sideways.